Hi, very good evening to you. Welcome to Restorative Stretch. Me, Rob. Welcome to tonight's class. Hope you're well. Today, grab yourself some drink of water and close the doors and take half an hour for yourself. Take some time out to just breathe deep, grab your water, hydrate, and train with me. Okay, so sticking that down to one side, and let's stick that on here. Hopefully this works. And let's see what we've got. Okay, so find yourself a space. From there, around the other way. Make sure you've got plenty of...
Can't hear you, Rob. No volume.
That might help. Ta-da! There we go. So check them out one way, check them out the other. Make sure you've got plenty of space. Checking above your head, make sure you're not going to put your hands in any light fittings. Okay, feet underneath our sitting bones. Start with our prancing feet, our pelvis driven forward, our shoulders are back into position here. Now today's stretch class is all about trying to develop some movement here at the piriformis, around the back of our glutes and how that's going to work. Might find you a little bit tight within the adductors as well, so we're going to have a look at a bit of that as we work through our training. From here, we're going to allow the knuckles to rock over down to the ground, the knees tracking forwards and back, the pelvis into square, the shoulders back into position, chest up. Nice. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take it through a butt kick. So we're going to kick our heels up behind us, nice and high. We'll lengthen out the front of our thighs. Now, as we work through here, we're then going to take a knee flex and a butt kick in behind. So one up and second one up, and then butt kick in behind. Nice. 4 more here. Now, it's a bit more energetic, this class, than normal, just for the warm-up. Because what we need to do is just try and get a bit of blood flow into the areas we're going to work in a minute. Shake it out. Otherwise, this class literally does become a pain in the ass. From here, kick out to the side. Nice, strong movement, knee flex. Lateral kick, knee flex. Now go slow and controlled. Weighted leg, taking the load. The lateral kick out to the side, nice and strong. The flex up nice and high into the mid-plane. Looking good. 2 more here. Looking good. Now, if you're struggling with this exercise, of course you might be. Grab the wall, yeah? Just allow yourself the ability to be able to kick that leg out wider. Shake it out. Okay, if this is your weaker leg coming out the side, definitely use the wall to support yourself. Okay, this is about showing off and going, oh, I can hold posture and balance, yeah? This is about training functionally, yeah? Get that leg to move out. Keep it strong. Lateral kick out wide. Nice high knee flex up. Really nice stuff. And here we're trying to get a bit more width. Opening up the adductors here. Getting that pectineus to lengthen. Driving wider and higher. So I have 2 more here. 1 more here. Good work. Shake it out. Circumduct the hips, so hula hoop movement. Clockwise the other way. And then counterclockwise the other way. And again, other way. And counterclockwise again. Nice, shaking it out. Okay, so from here, feet on the sitting bones, forward flex. Chin down, jaw down, nose down. Slowly pull back up. Stretch and reach. And release. Go again. Now keep it nice, slow and controlled here. The forward fold. The arms wide and stretch. And release. Let's have 2 more here. Nice high stretches overhead. Strength through the body. Hips driven back. Legs nice and strong and long. Excellent. Shake it out. Good stuff. Okay. So from here, feeling the sitting bones. Check your toes slightly turned in. Chin down, jaw down, nose down. Big stretch through the back of the legs. From here, we fold the arms, point the elbows down to the ground. Get a nice lengthening through the lower back and through the back of our legs. From here, our crown of our head flops down to the floor. Chin is down the chest, the shoulders extended away. Slowly releasing, pulling yourself back through into standing, stretch and raise. Let's go vertical reach. So we're going to tuck the elbows tight to the side. Allow the hips to tilt away from the body. And try and get as much movement here, laterally, side to side, yeah? So really reaching, really stretching. And here is the arm extends, really push up, and we really stretch through. Feel that movement here. Four more here. Be good. 3 more here. Challenge your body, push further. This isn't about how many repetitions can you do. This is about how far can you reach. And reach again, yeah? Shake it out, nice. Okay, so for this exercise tonight, you'll need a chair or a bench or a sofa or a bed, something for you to put your foot on. Okay, so I've got a pile box. So our first one, we're going to lay on our back. And you're going to place your left foot up on the bench. Okay, from here we're going to go into a back bridge hold. So the right foot is flat down to the floor and we're extending our pelvis up nice and high. Again, a nice lengthening through the abdominals and a push and a hold here. Now what we're going to do is try and elevate the hips slightly further and feel the stretch through. Now, if you're feeling confident with this, try and get the ankle onto the back of the block, then push up. So a nice high stretch here. The standing leg is taking the load, the pelvis is extended here. Now, this might be doing a number of things. It could be working through in a back bridge hold for you to support your back. If it's too much, bring your hands underneath and support it. Push up and elevate. Okay? This isn't about trying to hold a back bridge for as long as you can. If you're finding it's too much in your lower back, step forwards, place the back of the calf onto the bed, the sofa, chair, whatever you've got here, and push up through. It's about trying to find that range. Now, try and walk that heel back into your bottom slightly further. Keep the strength through that leg. And this time, trying to pull your toes in towards your nose. Now, clenching your glutes nice and tight. Push your tummy up a little bit higher. And hold. Again, if you feel like you've got the range there, then that's great. You can walk back slightly so your ankle is up on the bench here. Nice. Then we're going to lower the hips and we're going to swap it over. Now you should find that when you bring that leg down, it kind of feels like it's had a bit of a workout. It feels like it's been agitated a bit. Doesn't feel like a massive stretch just yet, but it will do. We're now going to the back bridge on the other side. So I've got my left leg down on the floor, the pelvis driven up towards the ceiling, the back of the leg nice and stretched and lengthened out, head back to the floor. Close my eyes Push my pelvis a bit further. Now I might support underneath my hips with my hand, just to give a bit of support and a bit of stability. Or you can just drop your arms out, whichever you choose. Just hold that stretch, that development here. That's quite important because in a minute we're going to come out of it. We're going to come through into standing. We're going to work through a hamstring stretch, and then we're going to do a standing version of exactly the same with this stretch here. Really good way of developing your flexibility. Well, I like doing it with this kind of like elevated back bridge to start with, because you can feel the muscles having to work, yeah? Push your pelvis up a little bit higher. You might be able to feel your lower back really fully engaging into this as well. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower out. Take yourself back up into standing. And then forward fold for me. Oh, down into that position there. Noises are optional. Your choice. Okay, fold your arms, point your elbows to the ground, chin on your chest. Slowly release. Take yourself back up to standing. Now, so from here, we're going to place our left foot up onto the chair and flex the standing knee. We're going to find a lovely big extension through the back of the leg. The toe is going to come up towards the nose here and hold. Now, it's your choice of elevation. Okay, so if you're finding it's too much here, obviously have a smaller step. If you're feeling confident with this, this is where a plyo box is really good, because it's like a massive yoga book, yeah? So you can turn on its side and you know the development of your stretching. So this is the 60 centimeter side of the box. The first one was a 50. Now, where you are at home as well, you might be able to find something higher to stick your foot on. This is a 75 centimeter of it. And now I can get a little bit more elevation. Now, wherever you are at home, you're working through with whatever you've got. Foot is facing forwards, the back of the leg fully extended here, and we're able to now drop down. So you could have your heel up on the dining table, you might have it on a small stool, whatever you got at home. Okay, now check that this foot that's standing, we're going to turn it into square. So in other words, when our feet were standing parallel, they were both facing forward, yeah? When we brought this foot up onto the platform, it's still parallel, i.e. your toes, second toe is pointing directly to the ceiling, and your big toe is pointed in just slightly. Now, as you turn your standing foot to being parallel to the other foot, yeah, you would have felt the engagement of the back of the hamstrings all the way across the back of the leg and shooting into the back of the calf. Now, bring your hands on top of your thighs and see if you can hold it here. And this is where it starts to turn into a bit more of a dull ache. Now, if your toes are pointed away, I want you to pull them back up. So if you're plantar flexed, you're now going to dorsiflex and sit down a bit deeper into it. Now your next challenge is, can you do it in standing with a back straight and hold it here? Perhaps taking your hands off your thighs to see if you can hold the balance. As you do this, the development of the stretch is going to increase because your standing leg is going to flex, it's going to bend, okay, for you to be able to take the load. Correspondingly, the back of the hamstring is going to lengthen. It's a killer. Love it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. Walk around, and that leg should feel amazing. This leg is feeling a bit achy. Grab a drink. Cheers. Well done. Now you're happy to be lucky enough to have one of these amazing plyo boxes. Turn it back down to the base level. Okay, you can have a whole series of chairs going on at home, whatever you've got. Okay, so we're now back on this side. Check our posture, yeah? Feet parallel towards our target. We raise the front leg up when we sit down into it. My toes are facing directly forwards, my big toe up towards the ceiling. I'm feeling the extension through the back of the leg. Sitting down, I'm taking a bit of a flex into it. I've got the extension all the way through the back of the leg here. Toes are up nice and high, sitting down into position. And I'm feeling a lovely big stretch through the back of the leg. Now again, I check my standing foot and turn it so that the big toe is slightly turned in. The second toes are parallel. The hands up on the hip, raised, and we're dropping down and flexing in. The back of the leg extended, the toes towards us, still in that dorsiflexion. Lovely big, big stretch right through the back of the legs. Now from here, this is where you need to challenge your flexibility. So we raise it a little bit higher and we drop through again. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Now I'm particularly tight in this right hamstring. So again, I check. My left foot tries to compensate. It turns out. Turning it in, my feet are parallel. Love it. If you fall off balance, I'm loving your work. Well done. You're challenging yourself. Just don't break yourself. That's key. Keep it safe, relevant, and effective. Yeah? Bing. Okay, so we're standing in here. Big stretch back of the leg. If you've got a knee injury, this is the one. This is the number one hamstring stretch for you. This is awesome. Okay, now it's time to challenge team. Can you go higher? So here we go. The box comes up. Check alignment again. Up we go. Oh, here we go. Love it. Okay, and we sit. And again, remember that this standing leg is going to flex. And now I want you to bring posture back into the game. And then we're going to dorsiflex. We're going to pull that toe back in. Oh, it's about as fun as, well, nothing really. This is not fun. I was going to try and make a joke about England playing football tonight, but I won't do that. I'm just going to stand with pelvis forward and shoulders back. Excellent. I'm a rugby player, the youngest. Okay, so toes are back in and hips forward. Ankle flexed. Big stretch through the back of the hamstring here. Big extension. Knee is still flexed, the chin is up, we're looking straight ahead. The standing leg is bouncing around, trying to hold me into position here. That's fine. Again, if you need to, just grab the wall, guys. It ain't going to move. It just gives you that stability. It could literally be a fingertip you put on the wall, and all of a sudden your balance problems all go away. What's really key is these toes need to come back towards your nose, yeah? Flex them back into you. Give that extension through the back of the leg. Keep that knee long here, yeah? Standing leg is nicely flexed. Glutes nicely working. Toes back up towards our nose. Body working hard. 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. Now, shake it out and go for a walk around. It should feel like your hamstrings are on air, yeah? It's amazing. Grab a drink of water. Cheers. Okay. Now, we're going to use the same block. Whatever level you got to before is the level you need to try and start on. If you can't do this level, you then turn, obviously, your chair or your block back down the level where you were. Okay, so we're now going to work through our quadriceps, okay? We're going to step forwards, and we're going to allow a bit of a hip flex in here. Now, my back foot is on here. Now, if you're using, I don't know, a table or something like that, you want to grab yourself a towel and roll it up, or get yourself your cushion or your pillow off your bed or something, and stick that on your table, yeah? Otherwise, it's going to hurt your shin. So we're now working through here. We've got the back foot on it. And what we're going to do is try and sink this knee down. Okay, we get a big stretch through the front of our thigh, and we lean back into this position. You could have your foot on the back of the sofa. You could have your foot on the side of the bed. Okay, and if you're doing it on the side of the bed, you might actually drop this knee so it's down into the floor to be able to give you this flexion here. Now, couple of choices. One is to step away from the block and sit down to it. Okay, and I'll give you a more juicier stretch through the front of the quadriceps. Okay, the other option is to step back into the blocks, and therefore you'll be able to get your heel more into your bottom. and be able to drive your shoulders back into this position here. Again, nice juicy stretch on the front of the thigh, but your hip flexor comes a bit more into the game, especially if you lean back. Okay, so that's your position here. So again, work the level you want to choose to work through. Again, step forward, flex through, shoulders back into that position now. Keep holding it there, looking good. Shoulders back, chest up. Good, good. Nice. Okay. Now, from here, I want you to try and take a step forward and drop yourself down as low as you feel comfortable. Again, grab a wall, grab a chair, grab whatever you need to. And now bring your chin up and chest up and feel that depth of stretch to the front of the thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Step out, shake it out, and walk around. Okay, so the periformis on the back side here. It's the tight muscle group opposing the pectineus on the front. Okay, but at the moment, you should feel now you can move your hips. Okay, let's try this. Let's stretch out the other side here. So it's a class that's really designed at stretching the muscle groups that get in the way of the glutes doing their proper work. So again, as we take this into this standing leg, the knee drops down into position. Again, we're looking for this gap here between our bottom and the heel to be small. Okay, our backside in close to the bench. Or the chair, whatever you've got. It's a toughie because you've got to try and find a piece of kit you can stick your foot on. Could be even the side of the bath, you know, whatever you got. But a chair or a sofa or your armchair would do this perfectly. Really good stuff. From here we stand. And shuffle that foot forward again. Shuffle it forward again. And now you can see again, we've got that foot away from our bottom slightly. It's also at the chest up, the quads working nicely. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Stepping out of it. Good work. Shake it out. Okay. Now, the next stretch is trying to open up the glutes. Now, ideally, you want something to put your foot on that's around thigh height. Again, could be the chair, armchair, etc., or a stool or whatever you've got. Okay. Again, you could be down here, and this could be the height of your chair, about 50 centimeter block. Okay. And from here, you're going to turn it into kind of a pigeon pose position here. So the idea here is we're flexing off our knee, we're turning the knee out to the side. I'm going to try and drive it down. Now, this is easier if you're doing this on a sofa or on a bed, okay? And you're going to try and push it away here. Now, the higher the object you've got, the better. So, up through, turn, and the target here is to feel the whole of the shin is on that surface, whatever you've got. Okay, so what we're doing here, if I turn me face onto you guys here, the leg is coming up and we're resting the shin down onto the bed in front of us here. Could be onto the side of the sofa or a chair. It doesn't necessarily matter how high you are. Okay, so if you've only got a small chair to put your leg on, do it. Okay, your standing leg can flex. Okay, so if I turn 45 to you here, I can flex the back knee to sit down into it. Yeah, and I've got this up nice and high. Now it's a great exercise, guys. And please, if you do a lot of rotation sport like golf or tennis or hockey, this is brilliant for you. Now, two parts to this. One is either to extend the shoulder blades back into this position here, or two is to fold down into it here. Big, long, deep stretch. Oh, mate, yeah, I'm sweating. It's hot. And release. Good, good. Swap it over. Grabbing the foot on top of the box. And again, just try and sit them down into a position here. Chest up nice and high and pronounced. Really good. Now, challenge here is to get the whole of the shin down onto the bed. So you might need to now push this knee down to the ground. You're going to feel a bit of adductor movement. You're going to feel a lot of gluteal movement here as well. Let's have a square onto you guys again. See the movement here. Shin down nice and straight. Keeping our chest up. Big stretch on the outside process of the hip. Chest up, chin up. Very good. Again, chest up high, or alternatively, fold forward so you're resting on your thigh here. Again, open the outside of the glute. Hold yourself into position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. You've fully opened up the periformis there, if you managed to achieve that. Well done. Take a walk out, shake it out, circumvent the hips one way, go around the opposite way. Feel how different this feels here. It's almost like you should feel like really springy now, yeah? That you're ready to go out for a big run. I wouldn't advise you do because you've just done a lot of developmental stretching there. But tomorrow morning when you wake up, you might find a few aches and groans, but you will find that your length and your flexibility here has massively improved. And that is the goal of restorative stretch. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Grab yourself plenty of water, hydrate well now, because it'll take you 3 hours for it to get through your system. So drink it now so it's out your system before you go to bed. Have a great night wherever you are. Thank you for joining me. See you next time for the next one. Boom.